We've waited for more than 12 months.
Andrew, it's not that long. I think you're exaggerating. But it's a long time. I'm sorry you had to wait so long, but Crystal Lamb's life is hectic at times.
I am so glad that, of course, you are the first interview for 2022.
It holds some significance. You'll have a good year, Andrew.
All right, I am certainly looking forward to having a good year.
Like, subscribe, and share to Voices of Linden TV.
Welcome to another edition of the Let's Talk Show. I'm your host, Andrew James, and today I'm pleased to have with us in the studio via Zoom, Miss Crystal Lam, a former Mackenzie High School student, year 2004 to 2009. Miss Lam is currently the owner-operator of Crystal Lam Designs, located in beautiful Linden, Guyana. I'm pleased to welcome Miss Crystal Lam.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me, Andrew. I know that we scheduled this interview so many times and had to reschedule over the past year, but it's an honor to finally be here to get this done.
Very nicely done. Welcome aboard. It's so nice to see you after so many years. I am so glad that, of course, you are the first interview for 2022.
Oh, yes, I consider it an honor. I guess that's a special place to be, the first interview for 2022. It holds some significance. You'll have a good year, Andrew.
All right, I am certainly looking forward to having a good year. Miss Lam, what's going on with you? For folks watching this video who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
All right, so I am Crystal Lam. I am a very bubbly 29-year-old. Feels weird saying that already. And in a few months, I'll have to say I'm 30. But yeah, I'm a 29-year-old. I'm the mother of two amazing human beings, my girls, Chrisanne, who's 11, and there's Kaya, who's 5 in a few days. They keep my life interested and colorful. They keep me on the go. But I'm also a businesswoman outside of being a mom. I am the owner and proprietor of a uniform company, Crystal Lam Designs. And what we do mass customizations for organizations across Guyana. So you have your company and you want to outfit them in uniforms. We come in, you don't even have to leave your office or your place of work. We come in and we tend to your staff, we do measurements, we come back, we do fitting, and everybody has their stuff to look ready for the year and ready for work. I love adventure. There's the adventurous side of me who believes that life should be about balance.
Mm-hmm.
So I like being outdoors. I like anything that requires me to step away from the busyness of my life and, just indulge in all that nature has to offer. I think that's it. Maybe I missed a few things, but those are what comes to mind.
We'll come back to you. We'll get you. It being a Mackenzie High School, Miss Lam, Mackenzie High School, sure, of course. When you hear the word or the phrase Mackenzie High School, what comes to mind?
A lot of fun memories, Andrew. I don't remember much, I should say this, but when I hear Mackenzie High School, I do remember a lot of fun things. I remember going to school and the head teacher always having to come to me and say, Miss Lam, you're wearing makeup today. Even some days I wasn't wearing makeup. I remember this one time, she's like, Miss Lam, you have on mascara. I was like, I don't have on mascara. She's like, go to the bathroom and wash your face. And there was me, just step to the bathroom and come back. And she was like, that's much better now. I always tell that story with a lot of because I didn't do anything, but she was convinced I was wearing mascara. Um, there's that, and I had some friends in Mackenzie High School that I feel like made the whole school journey interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was 5 of us. It was Deliana, myself, Tanila, Tatum, and Lene. And we would have these little moments where we would dress alike. We would plan to do the same hairstyles when we were going to school, and we had a little nickname for the crew. And it was just good old school days. So outside of being there and actually learning and being exposed to all the knowledge, it was a fun time of my life. So when I hear Mackenzie High School, it usually resurrects a lot of fun memories.
Very nice. Very nice. I heard you wanted to champion a cheerleading team at Mackenzie High School.
Yes, Andrew. So there was this one time, right? That's one of the other fun memories that I can recall. So there was this one time, I think we were in fourth form, and our little crew decided that, okay, we want to be cheerleaders. There we were every day after school, and we were going, and one of the girls' mom were teaching us this dance routine, and we made our little pom-poms, and I did the little short skirt for the girls and the whole outfit.
Right.
And then when we turned up because it was into school sports, right? When we turned up at sports club now, and we went, so we were very bold. We didn't tell the head teacher about this whole plan to cheerlead, but we went ahead nevertheless. So we were there and we informed her, like, okay, see all these girls come with the same outfit and pom-poms and all. Like, oh, we're cheerleaders and we want to go out before or after the march past and do our little routine. She was like, oh, no, y'all can't go.
Oh, wow.
So there we were, and we were in the stand, and we decided, okay, what can we do? We'll make the most of it. So we were there in the stand, and we were shaking our pom-poms, so we won a race. And yeah, that was one of the fond memories that I have there.
Are you still cheerleading today?
Interesting question. No, Andrew, I would have given up on that dream a long time ago. I think it was the disappointment of not being able to cheerlead.
Okay.
Led me to not pursue the dream.
So I guess you've been into the sewing business. You had this vision all your life through Mackenzie High School of getting into sewing and producing dresses and uniforms and gowns and so on. When did the switch moment happen for you? When did this vision really strike and you said, you know what, I'm going to get into business. I'm going to become my own, the captain of my own ship, and I'm going to develop Crystal Lam's design. When did that happen for you? If you don't mind sharing with us, please.
Sure, Andrew. So I do remember vividly, although I don't have a class A memory, I remember important things. So it was the 12th of December, 2015. And it was an ordinary day at work. I turned up to work. I was at Republic back then. And I was at my system and I just had this flash. It was like an aha moment where I felt like, I just stood there and I envisioned someone having a vision of starting a bank. And today, this is where they are. They have multiple branches all over the globe, and they have thousands of people working for them. And they're probably somewhere on a beach living the best life. So, at that point, it was like, Crystal, you have a vision. Because I've always had this vision of, I come from a long line of very talented tailors. And even at a very young age, I've always envisioned having us all together under one roof. And, what we can do if we came together as a family and consolidated our efforts and the impact that we could make. So I think it was at that moment where I felt like, we can make this a reality. Like, this is the time for you to bet on yourself, Crystal, to step out and to basically jump off the edge and invest in your own dreams. Like, you're here for sometimes 10 plus hours. And this is time that you could be using to grow Crystal Lam and to grow the business that you envisioned as a child. So it was at that moment it was just like that. And I told my friend, I left and I said, it was Coretta. I said, Coretta, I'm going to resign. She's like, Crystal, are you sure? Like, you want to sleep on it? You want to think about it? I said, no. I don't want to think about it because I knew that sometimes thinking too much can cause us not to take that leap because we overthink things. And I know if I went home and I probably would have expressed to my dad or my friends that this is what I want to do, then, they probably would have talked me out of it, or I
Yeah.
would have talked myself out of it. So I just wanted to make the decision on spot. And it was like, if you're thrown in a river, you're more likely to learn to swim if you feel like there are no plan B's. So it was like, Crystal, this is what it is. You're either going to succeed at this or you're going to perish. And knowing who I am, I knew that perishing wasn't an option. So it was that place where I felt like if everything is at stake, then I'm more likely to make it happen. And that's exactly what I did.
Nicely said. Very touching story. Few months ago, I read a story, a powerful article about you and your family dynamics in the local Guyana newspapers, talking about your humble beginnings and showing a transition from where you started to where you are today. And I say it's a good read. It's a good article, very inspiring, very bold and courageous. What inspires you to keep going every day after day? What's the drive?
Andrew, one of the things that keeps me going, even on difficult days, when you feel like you want to give up and it's difficult, is being able to create for my kids, my girls, what I wasn't privileged to have as a child. I was birthed into a family who did their best with what they had, but I also believe that it is my responsibility to now pave a better future for them so that they can start at an advantage. I have my elder daughter. She loves baking. She always did. From the time she was 3 year old, she knew that. She's like, oh, I like baking. She said that then, and it stuck with her right through the years. She's 11 now, and she bakes really good cake. She can decorate it. She can do all that because I invested in that, and I feel like that's something that a lot of us can do. See what your kid's passion is. See where they're leaning towards, as opposed to just trying to impose upon them what we think they should be or dreams that we want them to fulfill. I feel like it would be a more successful approach to see where they want to go, see what they're passionate about, and support that passion. Because if they start young, I mean, it sets them on a platform where they can really blow up by the time they're 18 or 20. Anyhow, so I want to provide for them. It's like her. I had to start business from scratch. Everything that I have now, I had to build, and it wasn't easy, but I did it nevertheless. I don't want my kids to have to do the same thing. The plan is once she reaches 18, I want to present her with her first business. I'm already preparing her to get into that field. So I want to build that foundation for them so that they too can now build upon that. And I mean, that's how generational wealth is created, right? Outside of that, it's just that satisfaction of being able to look at my clients after I would have done a piece. I mean, for example, I did some suits this for the first time. So I have never been much into gents clothing. I sort of always passed that on to my dad whenever they came, when he was alive. My dad is late. But we had this tacit agreement where he would do all the male stuff whenever I had contracts for male suits and so on, because he was very good there. I would pass it on. But him being gone, I had a wedding and I have male staff that usually would cut and so on. And this time I said, you know what, Crystal, challenge yourself. It's the end of the year and take on the challenge to get this done. And I did. It took me some sleepless nights and all that because I wanted to get it right. But that feeling at the end of the day, when it was completed and the guys came and they fitted and everything fit so well and they were satisfied, and the bride message and she was like, oh, the guys look so good. I was very happy. That feeling, whether it's that or seeing a little girl going to prom and you outfit her in this cute little dress and she gets dressed up and she feels like a princess. There's that feeling of accomplishment that keeps me going. Like I like to see the happiness on the faces of my clients when they're satisfied. So those are two of the things that I would say inspires me and keeps me motivated to push, even when I don't feel like it.
What are some of the challenges you face as a businesswoman and as the captain of the Crystal Lam's design uniform group?
So I think one of the major challenges that I face as basically being the captain of my own ship and running a business is the self-discipline aspect of it. And I feel like that's a part of business that a lot of people don't talk about when you think about, oh, I'm going to be my own boss and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But there's that aspect where it requires a lot of self-discipline because, I mean, you're the boss. You can decide to not go to work today. You can decide to turn up late, and it doesn't have any immediate consequence. The consequences are there, but a lot of times, as humans, when the consequences are delayed, we tend to think they don't exist. So it requires a lot of discipline to be consistent and to be able to see the bigger picture and say that, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what it requires of me. There's no boss, there's no supervisor, there's nobody there ensuring that you do these things. It's just you and your internal system, and you have to be able to discipline yourself to do what is necessary. Um, Another challenge that I face is basically balancing being an entrepreneur and being a woman and being a mother and basically being Crystal Lam, balancing those aspects of your life because a lot of times work requires me to be away and to be there for long hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you often have to shift. There's this one time when, okay, I'm the boss and I need to do this and do that. And I'm a lot more aggressive. And then I have to come home and I have to be mommy Crystal, where I'm a lot more gentle and I have to interact with the kids and I have to get schoolwork done. And then I have to take care of Crystal too. I have to be there. I got to work out. So it requires a lot of organizing to ensure that an aspect of me, because they're all important. I'm as much a mother as I am a businesswoman. I intend to take care of Crystal as much as I do my business. So they're all important aspects of myself. So being able to balance that and not getting caught in leaning too much towards the entrepreneur side or the businesswoman side and neglecting all aspects of myself. This is another challenge that requires constant effort.
If I'm impressed and I want to get like a little dress or a little top done or something, not for me, of course, for my mom or for my perhaps my sister, am I able to give you a holler at 612-3222? Is that your direct line to the business? How do folks get in touch with you if they want to get like a quote or an estimate for a little project?
612-3222. That's my business number. I'm also available on WhatsApp on that number. So feel free to send me a message or call me directly. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, Crystal Lam Designs. Feel free to check me out there, send me a message, and I'll hook you up.
Very nice, you said. I'm looking to get some new suits for the work here, so for sure I'll be giving you a holler. We're just punching up against time here, Miss Lam. What do you do when you're not working? When you're not in your business, when you're not with the daughters, when you're not with your obligations, what do you do for fun?
Crystal Lam, I like a nice glass of wine.
Okay.
Sometimes I take myself out and I tell people this and they're always like, you do not go and sit by yourself at the restaurant. I say, I do. And I find it very interesting. I like a nice glass of wine, some calm music, some jazz or some nice instrumentals. And I like anything that is out. Anything that is naturistic. Take me for a walk in the bushes in the jungle. Take me hiking. Sometimes I'm going to Linden, and this is how much of a nature lover I am. I'm on my way to Linden, and I would randomly just stop at a creek and just go take a plunge and come out back and put on my working clothes and go to work like nothing happened.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of crazy like that. But yeah, anything that takes me outdoor in nature, it feeds my soul, and I like that. And outside of that, some wine and some nice calm music does the trick.
What's your favorite wine, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now I'm into the Gata Negro, the Merlot. I like that. Pretty much I'm a Merlot person. So any of the Merlot, most of them.
What do you think, just in closing, what do you think we can do as a group or as an organization to influence change in the lives of one student or a couple students at Mackenzie High School?
So when I think back about my days at Mackenzie High, some of the challenges that I would have faced as a child going there, I would say that we can probably look into providing meals, either for one child or a group of students. And we can do it in a way where it's not obvious. Well, everybody doesn't know that, oh, this is the free place. And because there's a stigma that's attached to it. And a lot of children sometimes being in high school and, they might want to avoid that. So they may need it and not even turn up. So find a discreet way to arrange lunch. There's Miss Russell in the canteen. If we can just make an arrangement with her, and okay, these are the children who are going to come for lunch every day, children who are less fortunate, and they're going to show up every day. And Miss Russell knows them. So that's a place where everybody goes for lunch. They're paying, but these select group of children, they can turn up and they can be able to get lunch for free, because that's one of the struggles when you're in poverty. Sometimes your parents doesn't have enough money to send you to school, and you might just go there and not have lunch. And I think that's one of the ways that we can help some of those students, because they'll be there. They don't have to be in school unable to focus because they're hungry at lunchtime or feeling some type of way because everybody else has lunch and they don't. So I think we can look into that. I feel like that would greatly affect, in a positive way, the lives of some students at Mackenzie High School.
Crystal Lam, on behalf of everyone at the Mackenzie High School Alumni Association North America and our team at the Let's Talk show, I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for being a part of our show. We've waited for more than 12 months.
Andrew, it's not that long. I think you're exaggerating. But it's a long time. And I must say, thank you so much for having me. It was indeed a pleasure being here. I'm sorry you had to wait so long, but Crystal Lam's life is hectic at times. But I'm really happy that I was able to be here today, the beginning of 2022. And I want to wish you and your team a successful and productive 2022.
Crystal, there's a saying that goes like this. It's an old saying, some things are worth waiting for.
Yes, Andrew, this is definitely one of them. Eh?
I like to think so. Thank you very much. It's nice seeing you. I hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye, Andrew.